The voters would decide, would have a huge say on that. Now, these elections, FCT council polls that held last week Saturday, some have alleged, including the candidate of AMAC, ADC in AMAC, have alleged it was not an election, it was a selection, and that he actually won. He claimed he won, for AMAC, and that that everything was rearranged. And then this is the curious case that I noticed: the INEC returning officer in Edo State governorship election was brought to Abuja to become the returning, officer in this FC council polls. The question is why.
Okay, let me educate you.
So, do you believe that election was free, fair, and credible?
Now,
yes.
The organization that is statutorily mandated to organize election is INEC.
Yes.
And part of their work is to make sure that they deploy their own staff to help them manage it. So I can't answer that. That's how they deploy. They've always deployed like that. It was like the 1990s did, and it's not going to change. I imagine that sometimes Wiki will quarrel with his wife, and sometimes his kids will not agree with him. How much more is relative? The point I'm making is that people are going to live their life in spite of what you are doing, and it cannot be mutually exclusive. It's not because one Wiki or one Showunmi is doing politics, therefore every other Showunmi and every other Wikis in the world cannot also live. And come on, look, you interrupted me. The thing with my brother Mo is that I commend your industry. You only learn to be better by being there. When you did a campaign, which I followed very well, if you had taken that ticket from PDP, you probably would have even been able to do an upset. That party you belong to is a party that is still forming. It has not even gotten to the stage of maybe now beginning to norm, and they are beginning to quarrel among themselves a lot just to settle early issues, housekeeping issues. The commitment of members is divided along their patron. Those who are committed to Atiku are articulated, which we named. Those who are committed to Obi are obedient, which we also named. Those who are committed to Rotimi, I don't know what they call them, maybe they are Rotimilated, or Rottweiler. The point I'm making is that what it would take for them to become one is a journey. And they have not even started it to approach it well. Every man is bellowing according to the assumption that his side is king on the day. And the election did not happen. And the reason why that election even went that way was that there was significant apathy, which is 7%. When people don't turn up, it favors the incumbent. And if the incumbent wants to be bragging based on Abuja, because the president is my brother and he knows I have a bit of a soft spot for him, I will advise him. The election in Abuja is the reason why the president should be worried about his own election. No president should be happy that only 7% turned up in spite of all the huge infrastructure that they seem to be doing. It means that the people who did not turn up has already voted against you. Enthusiastic people don't stay out. Frustrated people, tired people, disgruntled people, rabble-rousers stay off. And if those ones who stayed off are that many, Ashaju, get back to the drawing board. Some of your analysts are not as sharp as me. These things may not reflect that it's good for you.
Don't use our platform to campaign.
No, I'm not campaigning for you. I'm just telling you, because the president. Okay, Mr. President, let me remove your name. Since you don't like his name, and he's your brother.
I like
too.
his name.
Okay,
but don't
and it was
campaign for a job.
I'm not campaigning for me job.
But
Tinubu's job is mine for the taking. If I wanted it, let me finish my statement. But you ask me one more last one. The point I'm making is that once you have 7% turnout in an election where there's enough evidence of, roads and all of that, you should be worried. That's not a sign that you are going to win the next election. No.
2027 general elections. Is it already won and lost?
You don't hear my last comment now.
Say it clearly. Is it won and lost already?
It's almost won, but it could also be lost. Why did I say it's almost won? You see, oh God, I love this analysis when I do that. You have to go back to the basics and go and look at the baseline. What's the baseline you look at in politics? Patterns. You look at the baseline of religion. You look at the baseline of loyalty purchase, that temporary loyalty purchase. You look at the baseline of the key territorial commanders, governors, and when you look at all those baseline, it's almost won. But what makes me say it could be lost. You have to look at the voting spectrum, how large the voting numbers are. Hey, there's still a lot of presidential numbers in there.
Your brother and my brother, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has he weakened or strengthened democratic culture since he came into office?
It is not his duty to help opposition manage themselves.
No.
Just
democratic culture.
Just listen. You can ask me a question and I put the words in my mouth again. It is not his duty to help opposition manage themselves. If the opposition will just tell themselves, hey, better to win and be fighting for the spoils than to be fighting before we even get to the day of battle, because that is a sure loss. In that regard, I'm not sure you can blame him for the benefits that is accruing to him. Some of these governors that are decamping to his party, they are decamping not for the same reasons. Some are decamping because they want favors. But some are decamping because they are also trying to tell the North in clear language that, look, when your son was there, he did his 8 years. Never mind that his first 2 years when he was there, he was even ill. Nobody rocked the boat. We allowed people to produce 2 Northerners. No Southerner contested in 2019 until your son finished and your son won. Why are you making it seem as if those who coupled Nigeria together, coupled it together so that you can be irritating everybody when it is the turn of the Southerners? You did it under Obasanjo. You of course, he outfoxed you. You did it under Jonathan. Of course, that one allowed himself to be bullied off the ballot. And if you want to bully Bola, well, good luck to you if you can. So basically, that's what I'm saying. I think that what we will be considering are about 5. 1, how relatable is the presidency and his team? Because the president is one man, the presidency is a team. They have to be more relatable. We'll be contemplating how much of life abundance has happened to the people. 3, we'll be contemplating and be looking at what the promise will be. Because you're not going to just be telling us projection to progression. That's not it. You have to campaign in actual issues. Then we're going to be hoping that we have a clean election and that may the best man win. And I'm contesting. May God give me the platform. I'm getting for people, let's go and struggle ticket. And when I get the ticket, may God in his infinite mercy help me to win. Because really, I'm better than everybody on the platform now. By miles.
Well,
and if I'm not going to win, I'm going to back a Yewa man.
The people will have a say on that.
I've told you my point. I didn't say it. Did I not tell you that I'm going to wait for their verdict? Did I tell you that if they don't vote for me, I'm going to be crying already? It's always a pleasure. I believe that anybody in the public space that is able should make himself, subject himself openly, honestly, and truthfully.
Absolutely.
I'm not responsible for how they interpret what I say. I only own what I say, and I own them 100%.